Listen carefully, because most men get this wrong. You think walking away is the ultimate power move? That giving up on her proves you're strong? That silence will make her regret losing you? Wrong. If you truly understood Stoicism, you'd know that real strength isn't about running. It's about mastering yourself, your emotions, your reactions, and your mindset. Most men quit on a woman too soon, not because she's wrong for them, but because they can't handle the emotional challenge. They let their insecurities, fears, and ego decide for them, and then they look back years later, realizing they left not because they should have, but because they weren't in control of themselves. Stoicism isn't about shutting down your emotions. It's about understanding them and not letting them control you. It's about choosing wisdom over impulse, discipline over weakness, and clarity over confusion. So before you give up on her, ask yourself, are you leaving for the right reasons, or are you just reacting? Because the difference between a man who makes a wise decision and a man who makes a regretful one is simple. One is led by reason, the other by emotion. By the end of this video, you'll understand the Stoic way to handle love, relationships, and breakups. And trust me, most men never learn this. But if you do, you'll never make the same mistakes again. Let's begin. 1. Love isn't about feelings, it's about control. Most men think love is all about emotions, how she makes you feel, the highs, the passion. But here's the truth. Love is about control, not control over her, but control over yourself. A weak man is led by his emotions. He falls into anger, jealousy, or desperation when things don't go his way. A strong man, a stoic man, understands that emotions are just impulses. They don't dictate his actions. Imagine this. A woman suddenly pulls away. She stops texting as much. Most men panic. They blow up her phone, beg for answers, or disappear out of spite. All emotional reactions. But a man who controls himself does something different. He observes, he remains calm, he doesn't chase. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That applies to love more than anything else. You can't control her feelings, but you can control yours. Women test men all the time. Not always on purpose, but they do. And the moment you show you can't handle your emotions, you fail the test. She won't respect you because deep down, even she doesn't trust a man who can't control himself. So before you let emotions push you into bad decisions, stop, breathe. Ask yourself, am I acting out of impulse or strength? Because a man who controls himself controls the outcome. 2. Most men leave. Because they're weak, not wise men like to believe they leave relationships because it's the right decision. But here's the truth. Most men walk away not because they should, but because they can't handle the pressure. Relationships test you. They expose your weaknesses, your insecurities, your lack of patience, your need for validation. A strong man faces these challenges head on. A weak man, he runs. And then he convinces himself it was the logical choice when really, it was just the easiest way out. Think about this. A woman becomes distant. She's upset about something but won't say what. A weak man reacts immediately. He assumes the worst, gets defensive, or leaves before he can be rejected. Not because he's making a rational choice, but because he's afraid. A wise man, on the other hand, remains steady. He doesn't run from discomfort. He understands that real strength isn't in walking away. It's in handling difficult moments with clarity. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Leaving a relationship isn't always wrong, but doing it out of fear, frustration, or ego, that's weakness disguised as wisdom. So before you decide to walk away, ask yourself, am I making a strong decision or just an easy one? Because weak men leave to escape. Strong men stay to understand. 3. She's not the problem. Your reactions are most men think their relationship problems come from her. She's too emotional. She's pulling away. She's not the same as before. But the real problem, it's how you react to her. A woman's behavior will always shift. That's reality. She'll have mood swings. She'll test you. She'll challenge you. That's not a flaw. That's just how relationships work. But here's where most men fail. They react emotionally. She's distant, you panic. She's upset, you get defensive. She disagree with you, you argue to win. Every time you let your emotions take over, you lose control, not just of the relationship, but of yourself. A Stoic man doesn't blame her for how he feels. He doesn't say, she made me angry, or she made me insecure. No one can make you feel anything unless you allow it. The problem isn't her, it's that you let her actions dictate your emotions. Women are naturally drawn to men who can handle themselves. When she sees you reacting like a child, she loses respect. When she sees you staying calm and composed, she feels safe with you. So stop blaming her. Stop saying she changed. Maybe she did, but the real question is, did you stay in control? Because in the end, it's not about her behavior. It's about whether you're strong enough to handle it. 4. Walking away won't make her chase. Too many men think walking away is a power move. They believe that if they pull back, she'll suddenly realize what she lost and come running back. But here's the harsh truth. If she wanted you, she wouldn't have put you in a position where you felt the need to walk away in the first place. Stop playing games. Stop thinking that silence is some secret weapon. If a woman is losing interest, it's because she's already made up her mind. And walking away doesn't teach her a lesson or make her regret it. It just confirms that she was right to leave. Men need to wake up. You're not punishing her by walking away. You're punishing yourself by wasting time on someone who doesn't truly want you. A real man doesn't leave to manipulate. He leaves because he respects himself enough to only invest in people who invest back. Seneca said, "The greatest wealth is to live content with little." That means you don't need validation. You don't need her to chase you. You need self-respect. If she pulls away, let her. If she's unsure, let her be unsure. Your worth doesn't come from how much she misses you. It comes from how much you value yourself. So stop acting like leaving is some grand strategy. If she's not choosing you, your choice is simple. Walk away for real, not to get her back, but to get yourself back. 5. Emotional mastery. Wins, not games or tricks. Most men rely on games to keep a woman interested. They play hard to get, use silence as a weapon, or try to trigger jealousy. And when it works, they think they've won. But here's the truth. If you need tricks to keep her, you've already lost. A man who masters his emotions doesn't need to manipulate. He doesn't chase, beg, or overthink. He simply exists as his strongest, most grounded self. And that alone keeps the right woman close. Look around. Weak men are everywhere. They overreact, they let their emotions control them, and they blame women when things don't go their way. They think love is about strategy, not stability. But a woman isn't drawn to a man because of the games he plays. She's drawn to how unshakable he is. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That means no matter what happens, whether she tests you, gets distant, or challenges you, you remain calm. You stay centered. Stop wasting time on tactics. Stop thinking that playing mind games makes you powerful. Real power is in control of yourself, your emotions, and your reactions. Because the moment a woman sees that nothing shakes you, she knows she's dealing with a man, not a boy. 6. The right woman will test you. That's her job. Most men don't get this. Women test you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they need to know what kind of man you are. A woman doesn't consciously think, "Let me test him." But she will challenge you. She'll push buttons, create tension, and see how you handle pressure. Not because she's difficult, but because she's wired to seek strength. And here's where most men fail. They take it personally. They get emotional, lash out, or crumble under the pressure. They think she's being unfair, when in reality she's just looking for proof that you can handle life. If you can't handle her tests, how will you handle real challenges? How will you lead a family, navigate hardships, or make tough decisions? If small moments of resistance shake you, why should she trust you with bigger things? Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." A Stoic man understands that every test is a chance to prove himself, not to her, but to himself. So the next time she challenges you, stay calm, stand firm. If you pass the test, she'll trust you more. If you fail, she'll slowly lose respect. And once that's gone, it's over. 7. If you have to force it, she's already gone. Men waste years chasing women who don't truly want them. They try harder, they give more, they beg for attention, all in the hope that she'll finally see their worth. But here's the truth. If you have to force it, it's already over. A woman who wants you will make it obvious. She won't play games. She won't need time. She won't make you feel like an option. If you're constantly fighting for her attention, you're not in a relationship. You're in a negotiation. The problem is, most men don't want to accept reality. They think if they just prove themselves, she'll change her mind. But love isn't earned through effort. It's given through desire. And if she doesn't desire you, no amount of chasing will change that. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life." That means emotional freedom too. The ability to walk away from what isn't meant for you. Stop forcing conversations. Stop analyzing her mixed signals. If she wanted you, you'd know. And if she doesn't, let her go. Because the sooner you do, the sooner you make room for a woman who actually sees your value. Here's the reality most men don't want to face. Women don't leave men they respect. If she walked away, if she lost interest, if she started treating you differently, it wasn't because of bad luck. It was because, somewhere along the way, she stopped seeing you as the man she once admired. That's the cold truth. And most men, they blame her instead of looking in the mirror. They call her names, say she was never loyal, or claim all women are the same. But here's what they refuse to admit. Strong men don't get left. So ask yourself, did she change? Or did you stop being the man she once respected? If this hit hard, let me know in the comments. What's your experience with this? Have you ever realized too late that you lost control of yourself? Let's talk. And if you're serious about becoming the kind of man who never has to chase, never has to beg, and never has to force love, subscribe now.